I got a whole lot of stitching done in a brief time, and then no stitching at all for a week, and now this video is a week overdue, and I am trying to pick up the pieces, see where it was, and get an update together. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. I rewatched my last Flosstube update before filming this to see what I had showed you and what I hadn't, and I realized I used the phrase "unless catastrophe strikes." It's December. I should have known better. I even commented in the video that, oh, I hope I didn't jinx myself. Well, I don't really believe that I jinxed myself, and that would minimize what actually happened, but catastrophe struck. It's not my story to tell, not fiber arts related, but I am catching back up and trying to get some stuff done. And before catastrophe struck, I finished Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Emma Congdon. I love this piece. I am so surprised and delighted by how quickly I was able to stitch this. I used the pattern from an online version of the Cross Stitcher magazine that I got with my Kindle Unlimited subscription. It is available on her Etsy shop. There it is, Santa Claus is Coming for Town. It's surprisingly inexpensive. This was just so much fun. I was kind of hoping to have it done by the end of the year, but I had it done, I think, before the beginning of December. It went so quickly. It is so much fun. The only part I struggled a little bit with were the stars and the spangles behind Santa's sleigh, because there are a couple of colors there, but I have wanted to stitch an Emma Congdon sampler forever. I've got a long list of them bookmarked in her books, and they always looked like they'd be a time commitment, but if they go half as quickly as this one did, I'm gonna do all of the ones I have marked in the books. And after I finished that, I finished Lucinda Hawkins' Liberty House. This is from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I had set this one aside because I didn't like the way the white flowers were showing up against the background, and truth be told, if I was doing this again, I would make a better choice of my background fabric and pick something the eagles and the flowers would show up against. But when I saw the white roofs of the houses against the background of this one, it kind of lit a spark, and I finished this one. It is not the perfect fabric choice for me, I don't think, but it's done, and I really did not think that I was going to come back and finish this one. It's rare that I make a solid decision to give up on a project. This one was pretty close to that territory. And then I picked up Christmas Eve Salt Box, which I started back in July as part of my Christmas in July stitching, and it is going very quickly. I hope to have it done by the end of the year. Can't see any reason why I won't, but I'm not talking about plans. Not talking about plans and at the same time making a video when I tell you what I'm going to get done by the end of the year. That's sensible, right? I have abandoned my idea of finishing Little Girl's Fancy. Night to Remember was never on the list. If I'm going to slog through anything, it's going to be Dragon Eye, because it's beautiful. I like it. It is a great chart. I'm just done with the half stitches of dark green on black fabric for the moment, and it feels like a moment of now or never. I did a whole bunch of the outline of the eye this morning, and it went fairly well. I had wanted on this one to challenge myself to make really neat stitches and be technically as close to perfect as I could get, and yeah, no. It has not worked out that way, as you can see by my messy back. And it's okay that it didn't work out that way. This is not high-stakes stitching. I don't have a ton invested in the materials. It was a relatively inexpensive kit. Hasn't taken a whole lot of time. I don't need to beat myself up because it didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. And then the other project that I am hoping to have done by the end of the year, that it looks like I will, is the Hassan Lovers. I know they don't show up great on the camera, but trust me, in real life, I love them. I have got this skeleton done, except for the bottom of his legs. I think this one needs some more on its feet. I really like this one. So with Santa Claus is Coming to Town, it is really easy to look and tell if the letters are stitched. You can see an outline. You can tell how much progress you have made. On this, with these skeletons, it's a lot more something. Fiddly, fussy. I have counted, I have recounted, and if that's what it takes to get these results, I am fine with that. I understand how that works, but these two projects are a totally different stitching experience. And the same with the outline of this dragon's eye, because they're not even edges. It has taken a lot of counting and recounting and squinting at the green to make sure I did that in the right color. I forgot to bring my book up to show you a picture of the cover, but Joanna Campbell Slan, she writes the Kiki Lowenstein Mysteries, is a friend of mine. She just released the 20th book in the series, and I read it all the first morning. They're always delightful. This one deals with a heavy social issue and might not be the best place to jump into the series if you haven't read it before, because there is 20 books worth of backstories and relationship building. And in this one, Kiki is visiting a friend of hers in Florida who has her own mystery series. Karamia started in the early Kiki Lowenstein books and then relocated and got her own series, which I'm almost caught up on. I've read all 20 of the Kiki Lowenstein series. I have not read all of the Caramia Delgado series. I think I'm close, but seeing her friends and her surroundings through Kiki's eyes was really neat and different. I'm also reading a 25 chapter thriller that is supposed to be a chapter a day until Christmas, and I cannot remember the title of it. I'll put it in the comment section. It's an interesting experience. I guess these have been a thing for a while, but I haven't run across them yet. I'm behind. Of course I'm behind. I'm trying to read a chapter a day, maybe 2 chapters, in an effort to get caught up, but as soon as I'm caught up, I'm behind again, and that is the last thing I am worrying about right now. Thanks for watching. This update was a little hectic, but sometimes we do what we can with the time we've got. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle, and I hope to be back on my regular schedule very, very soon.